coordination compounds. Okay, what are the rules of naming coordination compounds? So in this particular topic, we have seen different terms related to ligands. Like if H2O is present in the form of a ligand, it is mentioned aqua, not water. Similarly, NS3, it is not ammonia, it is amine, a double M-I-N-E. Similarly, carbonyl group, CO is not carbon monoxide, it is carbonyl. And NO is nitrosyl. Okay. Similarly, Cl minus, it is not chloro, it is chlorido. Br minus is bromido. This kind of variation in the names of ligands, which we have seen yesterday, and I asked you to write it down in a page so that it is convenient for you to write the IUPAC name of coordination complex. I don't know how many of you have completed that task. Still, I'm just reminding you, if you have this list of the names with you, so for practice it is easy for you. Okay. Now let us revise the rules again, because we are discussing the nomenclature in detail today. This is 1 mark question, 1 mark compulsory question for the board paper. Okay, so you have to learn. It is very simple. Now let us revise what are the rules governing nomenclature of coordination complex. First rule is that the cation is named first in both positive and negatively charged coordination entities. That means if a positive ion is mentioned, like this is a complex. In this particular case, this is a positive charge ion. This cation is named first. Okay, and otherwise also, if suppose instead of potassium Na is given, ammonium also given, any positive ion, any cation is giving outside the bracket, you have to name that first. But remember one point, K4 is mentioned and there is nowhere in the name this 4 is signified. It is not tetra potassium, it is simply potassium. Okay, simply potassium, and this 4 is insignificant. It is only for the purpose of balancing charge on the complex. Okay, so it is insignificant. Which one? This one. This number is insignificant, but this cation is significant. Okay, so the cation is named first. This is the first one, potassium. Like this, it is potassium. Second rule is the ligands are named in the alphabetical order. Okay. Next chances of ligand. Ligands are mentioned in alphabetical order, just like we have done in organic chemistry. It is in the alphabetical order. Second, if the ligands, name of the anionic ligands are ending with O, anionic ligand like chlorido, nitrato, sulfato. Okay, whenever the anion is there in the place of ligand, its ending will be always O. This is the next rule, third rule. And if it is a neutral ligand, it has specific name like aqua, amine, nitrosyl. Maybe you are remembering ethylene, diamine, EN. Okay, so this is the third rule. Now, if more than one type of same ligand is there, so we can use the prefixes mono, di and tri. It is in the case of anionic ligands. Okay, number, how many are there? And if it is a didentate ligand, didentate, which are the examples of didentate ligands? Didentate ligands are those ligands with more than one donor atoms. Or here it is di. Di means what? Two. Didentate or bidentate, meaning is same. So if it is a bidentate or didentate ligand, or it is a polydentate ligand, poly means many. If the ligand has more than 2 donor atoms, it is called a polydentate ligand. In these cases, we have to use the prefixes bis, bis, instead of di. Okay, we are not using the prefix di. Suppose it is ethylene diamine, En twice. So it is bis, ethylene diamine. Or if it is oxalato, again we have to use the prefix bis. Or if it is 3, it is called tris. You have already noted it down in your copy. So this is the next rule. And the next rule is oxidation number of the central metal ion is mentioned in parenthesis. This is the last part of the name. Okay. So this is all about the rules governing nomenclature of coordination compounds. Okay, can we make some trial first? Then after that, I will show you one slide. It is again regarding this nomenclature. Let us first do ourselves some names. Okay, we can write the heading. Write the IUPAC name of following coordination compounds. All of you write it down on your copy. Okay, write the IUPAC name of following coordination complex. So let us analyze one by one and listen very carefully. If you have any doubt in between, please note it down in the chat box. Okay, so that I can take the follow-up. So let us think about the first compound as we will start from simple to difficult. Okay. First one, CONS3 6 times Cl3. CONS3 6 times Cl3. This is the first compound. Listen very carefully. According to the system, there is no positive ion in this side. Normally, outside the square bracket, there are two different positions. One is on the left side, another is on the right side. So these are the outside portion. And always remember, left side portion normally occupied by cations and right side portion normally occupied by anions which are satisfy the primary valencies of central metal ion. So in this case, there is no positive cation, but there is anion outside the square bracket. And the rule which I told you regarding cation, it is applicable in this case also. So it is not a trichloride. Simply we can say chloride. Okay, this 3 is insignificant because they are primary valencies. They are insignificant in naming. Okay, and this is the last part of the name. Let us focus on the coordination sphere inside the square bracket now. According to the rule, we have to indicate name of the ligand first. What is the name of the ligand? Amine, A-M-M-I-N-E. And it is a monodentate ligand. Monodentate ligand means it has one donor atom only. So how many monodentate ligands of the same type are there? 6. 6 means we need to add the prefix hexa. So the name is hexa. Okay, hexa it is. And don't think that amine, again one alphabet A is there, it is repeating, we have to omit. No such rule. Here we need to write the name as such. Hexaamine. Hexaamine. Now, before that, let us find out the oxidation number of cobalt. How to find out oxidation number of cobalt? First, I will make a trial of the same so that it is clear for you. cobalt we need to find out. Let it be X plus. What is the oxidation number of NS3? Anyone can say what is the oxidation number of NS3? Oxidation state of ammonia. Anyone, if you know the answer, you can write it on the chat boards. What is the oxidation number of ammonia? Anyone? Or you can unmute your mic
+3.
and say, Anmiri.
Ma'am, +3.
I am asking oxidation number, not nitrogen. It is of ammonia. It is related to previous class topic. Anyone? सब एमसीक्यू का इतनी तेजी से पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं तो किसी को टाइम ही नहीं है फॉलो अप करने के लिए. ओके, इट्स ओके. नाउ आई विल टेल यू, अमोनिया इज ए न्यूट्रल मॉलिक्यूल. इट कैरीज द चार्ज 0. So it carries the charge. Every neutral molecule carries a charge 0.
मैम
So X
नाइट्रोजन का पूछा था ना.
0 into 6 plus. Now chlorine. What about the oxidation state of chloride ion? -1. -1 into 3 equal to 0. Now X plus 0 plus -3 equal to 0. What about X? What is the value of X? +3. So oxidation number of cobalt is +3. Okay, but here we need to indicate the oxidation number in Roman numeral like this. Okay, this is the way to find out oxidation state of central metal atom. It is similar to that determination of oxidation number for any atom in a compound. Rule is same. Everything is same. Okay, clear? Is it clear? If you don't know that method, please try to write this in your copy. And +3 is there, so we need to indicate it in Roman numeral in parenthesis. Parenthesis means small bracket like this. Now I will rub this hole and let us write the name. Name of this compound is hexaamine cobalt. Now write the name of the metal. Bracket you write the name of its oxidation number in Roman numeral. Fluoride. This is the IUPAC name of this compound. Hexaamine cobalt 3 chloride. Okay, write it down. After that, we will move to the next compound. Okay, now let us come to the next compound, right? Second, TiH2O 6 times whole 3 plus.
मैम क्लोराइड होगा या क्लोरिडो होगा?
Where? Previous case.
Yes, ma'am.
Previous case, the role of chloride is it satisfied primary valency. It is not in the coordination sphere. So
Yes,
those ligands are in the coordination sphere only. Write in alphabetical order by following all the rules. And which
Yes,
is outside the sphere means simply we can write it down: chloride, bromide, sulfate, like that. Okay.
Yes.
Got it, Anjul?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now this one. Again, we can find out. First step is find out oxidation number of titanium. Okay. So in this case, there is no outside ion, no counter ion. So simply here there is a positive charge, and this is a very important point. Whenever the coordination complex has a positive charge, the ending of the name will be always ion. The name should be end with the suffix ion. Name, the whole name ends with the ion. Okay, this is the rule, simple rule, and this is for the cationic complex. Do you remember that cationic complex, anionic complex and neutral complex? And this is a neutral complex, carry no charge. And this is a cationic complex which carry a positive charge. And those cationic complex ends with the name ION, ion. Okay. And if it is an anionic complex, it will be ends with the ATE. Okay, that we will discuss in between. I will give one example. Okay. So now let us think about the name. Titanium. What is the oxidation state? Anyone can say what is the oxidation state of titanium? Anyone calculate the oxidation state of titanium? You can write it on the chat box even. Okay. Anyone? Titanium. What is the oxidation state of titanium? No idea. Okay. Anyone want to try? Suryansh, it is +3, correct? It is +3. How is it +3? It is not this +3. Titanium, we don't know the oxidation state. X plus water. What is the oxidation state of water? It is a neutral molecule, neutral ligand. So its charge is 0. X plus 0 into 6 equal to, as the rule, according to the rule, here it is +3. It is a cationic ligand, cationic complex. So the sum is equal to its charge. So X is equal to +3. This is the way titanium has the oxidation state +3. Now let us come back to the name. So according to the rule, we need to indicate number of ligands which are present. Okay. Then how many water molecules are there? 6. So it is hexa aqua. Hexa aqua, because it is water molecule, the terminology is aqua. Hexa aqua. Then write the name of the central metal atom, titanium. After that, indicate the position, indicate its oxidation number in Roman numeral 3. Then ending with the ion. This is the IUPAC name of the complex, second complex. Hexa aqua titanium 3 ion. Write it down, all of you. Okay, now I will give another example. An anionic complex I will give. Okay. Third, NiCl4 2 minus. Two minus. First of all, find out oxidation state of nickel. What is the oxidation state of nickel? Anyone? What is the oxidation state of nickel in this complex? Very good. It is +2. Very simple. Very good. Very good. Clapping with you. Very good. Okay. दोनों के लिए. So nickel oxidation state we don't know. X plus chlorine -1 into 4 equal to -2. X minus 4 equal to -2. X is equal to +2. It is Roman letter 2. Okay. Now next is number of ligands of the same type which is present in the compound, which is the ligand chloride ion. So according to the rule, it is chlorido. How many? 4. So it is tetra chlorido. Here it is anion, so we have to ending the name of the metal with ATE. Name of the metal ending with ATE. Nickelate. Nickelate 2. Okay. Nickelate 2. Got it? So here also we can add the suffix ion, but in some books it is not mentioned. That's why some books it is mentioned that this is also a rule where we have to add ion. And how to identify this anionic and cationic complex? In the case of anionic complex, ATE there, and in the case of cationic complex, name of the metal as such is given in the name. This is the difference. This is the version given in one book. Okay, but I'm sure that maybe this is the correct one, ATE with iron in the case of anionic complex. So this is the third example. Now I will give one example. If you try to do it yourself and tell the name. Okay, you can write the name. Okay, some I had. So I will give one more example of different type. Okay, like that. Fourth one, different one I will give. K4, sorry, K2, NiCN4. How to name a complex like this? K2, NiCN4. Okay, here also you try to understand one point. Here, positive charge ion is given at the bracket, outside the bracket. So what about the charge carried by the complex? It will be negative. Okay, it is not given here, but it is understood. Whenever a counter ion is given in the left side of the square bracket, so it is understood that the charge carried by the complex is negative. So the rule which we have done along with this one, we should also write the same modification in this case also. Okay. Now next one, up to this we have done, but it is not iron, it is not mentioned. AT is only there. Now let us write the name. Maybe you are remembering that. First we indicate potassium. Potassium, Cn minus. So it is a negative charge and anion, so it is cyano. How many are there? 4. Potassium, tetra, cyano, nickelate. What is the charge of oxidation state of nickel in this case? -1 into 4, -4. This one +1 into 2, +2. So difference is +2. So the nickelate, this is the name. Potassium tetracyanonickelate 2. Potassium tetracyanonickelate 2. This is the name of this particular complex. Almost all different types I had given to you. One we will left out. If it is a didentate ligand, then what will happen? So I will give one more example. Fifth one, COEN thrice mold 3+. This is the complex. EN. EN means ethane 1,2-diamine. It is the abbreviation of the ligand ethane 1,2-diamine. So when we write the IUPAC name, we need to write the whole name. But in the formula abbreviation we can use like ethane, EN. Okay, now let us try to write the name. You know that EN is coming under the category didentate ligand. So instead of tri, we must use the prefix tris, because tris is used in the case where the ligand has two donor atoms or more than two donor atoms. In this case, if you want, I will draw the structure again. CH2, NH2, and this compound is IUPAC name, ethane 1,2-diamine. Ethane 1,2-diamine. So this is lone pair of electron in one nitrogen. This is lone pair of electron in the second nitrogen. So these two nitrogen atoms are function as donor atom. Therefore, it belongs to the category didentate ligand. So how to name this one? Before that, what about the charge of this one? It is a neutral complex. It is a neutral ligand. It is a neutral molecule. So its charge will be 0. And the oxidation state of cobalt is directly, you can write 3. Now write the name. How will you write the name? Here we have to use the prefix tris. Then put a small bracket, start a small bracket, tris, ethane, 1,2-diamine, cobalt 3 iron. This is the IUPAC name of, and here we have to close the parenthesis. So the IUPAC name is tris, ethane 1,2-diamine in bracket, cobalt 3 iron. This is the IUPAC name. Okay. Now let us see the slide. More examples are given, so let us see that. It will take hardly 5-7 minutes. Now I will share my screen.
Nomenclature of coordination compounds. To standardize the nomenclature for coordination compounds, the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, known as IUPAC, specifies some rules. Let us learn to apply these rules with the help of suitable examples. Rule 1. The cation is named first in ionic complexes. For example, in the given complex A, sodium atom acts as a cation. Therefore, it is named as sodium bromido chlorido nitroplatinate 2.
So you try to write the formula of the complex and IUPAC name for the practice. Okay, so you can write the formula Na, then you start the square bracket PT, Br, Cl, NO2. In between, no need of putting small brackets. Leave it. Simply you can write PT, continuation, Br, Cl, NO2, NS3. These all you can write. Close the square bracket. Okay, and here you can see that how many ligands are there? 4 ligands are there. So they are arranging in alphabetical order. First ligand is bromine, bromide ion, so it is bromido. And second is C, chlorido. Then among nitro and amine, so it is nitro, and here the name is given wrong. So, so you can write that the name is wrong. So first you write the formula, I will say the name. Okay. I think you have written the formula, write the name. There is some mistake here. It is sodium. Then it is not a bromido, it is amine. A-double-M-I-N-E. Amine, bromido, chlorido, nitro, platinate 2. Why it is ATE? Because counter ion cation is there on the left side of square bracket. So it is understood that the complex is of negative charge. Those complex carry a negative charge. There, the name of the metal ends with the 3 alphabets ATE. So here it is platinate. I will say the name again. You can check whether the name is written correctly or not. It is sodium, amine, instead of that, amine, bromido, chlorido, nitro, platinate 2. Okay. Now let us continue.
On the other hand, in complex B, the coordination sphere acts as a cation. Therefore,
this we have already written.
it is named as hexaamine cobalt 3 chloride. Rule 2. In a coordination entity, the ligands are written in an alphabetical order before the name of the central atom or ion. For example, in amine bromido chlorido nitroplatinate 2 ion, the ligands amine, bromido, chlorido and nitro are named in an alphabetical order.
And the previous one and this one, what is the difference? There potassium is as the counter ion, which is mentioned in the left side, and here that is not there. Instead of that, the whole coordination complex carry a charge negative. So the name of the complex is amine. See that, amine, bromido, chlorido, nitro, platinate 2 ion. Okay.
Before the central platinum metal ion. Rule 3. Names of anionic ligands end with O. For example, in bromido chlorido nitroplatinate 2 complex, the ligands bromido, chlorido and nitro act as anionic ligands with their names ending in O. The names of neutral and cationic ligands are the same. There are a few exceptions like amine, aqua, nitrosyl, carbonyl and thiocarbonyl. Amine. In the hexaamine cobalt 3 chloride complex, Amine acts as a neutral ligand. Aqua. In the tetra-aqua dichlorochromium 3 chloride complex, aqua acts as a neutral ligand. Nitrosyl. In the potassium pentacyano-nitrosyl cobaltate 2 complex, nitrosyl acts as a neutral ligand. Carbonyl. In the tetracarbonyl nickel complex, carbonyl acts as a neutral ligand. Thiocarbonyl. In the tetra-thiocarbonyl nickel complex, thiocarbonyl acts as a neutral ligand.
And here it is not CS, it is CNS. N is also there, okay. So that is a correction in this slide. Then only it will be tetra thiocarbonyl nickel 0, okay. So now I am stop sharing here. I am coming back to our class. So one thing I wanted to tell you, I know that